The video which you are about to see is an account of a tragedy that befell one YouTuber, Dominic Tarantel. It is all the more tragic he was young. Had he lived a longer life, he could not have expected, nor would he have wished, to see as much of the mad and macabre as he was to see that day. To him, an idyllic movie marathon became a nightmare. The events of that day led to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise.
Well, howdy there, Internet. It's your boy, Dom, here with another video. And let me tell you, lately, I've been really obsessed with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I mean, just from the moment I wake up to the moment I fall asleep, I'm playing that game. All I do all day is just hunt down those little fucking... and I kill him. I kill him for Grandpa. And let me tell ya, the hunt's a good one. but old Dom, he decided to go back and watch all those Texas Chainsaw films, and let me tell ya, I had a fun time watching those films. Fun time indeed. And I'm gonna tell you all about them. And where did we go wrong? Now see, the franchise starts off really strong. It starts off with the first film, which is made in 1974, I believe. It's a cult classic. I mean, everything about that film is exactly what should be done in horror movies. From the camera work, to the lack of soundtrack, to the character progression. Everything about that movie is horror done right. I know I sound like I'm kissing ass, but what can I say? The first Texas Chainsaw Massacre was actual perfection for horror. I mean, there are so many moments in the movie where there's absolutely no music. It's just the fucking chilling silence of the characters slowly being tortured. It's fucking music to my ears. Silence can be golden sometimes when all you can hear to break that silence is the blood-curdling screams of your victims. Let me tell you, I do quite enjoy that a little bit. So, trust me when I say the first movie, it was fantastic. Now, the second film sure is a departure from the first. I'll tell you that much right now. Many people don't understand the dark comedy that goes behind this movie. I think it's amazing. Honestly, I think it's great. But as a standalone film, I don't think it's quite as strong as the first. I know that might be a controversial take, but hey, that's just me. The movie suffers in the fact that it does not take itself seriously at all. See, you do have the cook reprising his role, and you also have the original Bubba coming back, so that's great. But the cast does change, whereas the main character is played by an actor who, admittedly, Lefty, the police officer, I'm not a fan of him. I think his acting was really weak. But then again, so was a radio host. I think just the main good guys, they suffered a lot in that film. I found myself rooting for the family the entire movie. And that's the thing. Every single move by the family made in the second film is exactly parallel to the first. Again, it's a great follow-up film if you're not going to take it seriously. But if you're going to take it seriously as a sequel in a horror film franchise, it is weak, brother. This is where we get into the third movie. And honestly, I came into this movie thinking I was going to hate it. And I did. For the first hour, that movie sucks. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw 3, oh boy, it has no chop top. It really suffers there. It really suffers in the fact that it has no solid character that is just wacky and wild. We do have this little girl character who's introduced for like 5 minutes, but then she instantly dies. So it makes no sense as to why she even appeared in the fucking movie. Because it's like, her character's so irrelevant to the grander scheme of things that it just confuses the shit out of me as to why she's even in it. And most of the cast in the third movie is completely unlikable, not because of the actors. Not gonna lie, the actors weren't as terrible as they were in the second one, but admittedly, the writing was just bland. It went from this horror franchise, this movie that was real, impactful, it was raw. The first one was just raw. That's why it hit so differently. But then the second one was jokes, and then the third one was just formatted Hollywood garbage. So it just felt like you were just hitting a bunch of fucking keynotes that you had to hit. You know what I mean? It felt like your average Nightmare on Elm Street. It feels like your average Friday the 13th movie. It feels like every other fucking horror franchise. But I actually did kind of like it. And I did get a little bit emotional because my favorite character actually ended up surviving. It was this bald dude. Like, he was pretty dope, but like, they kept fucking killing him throughout the movie and he kept coming back. So by the end of it, I was like, just fucking survive, cunt! And now we're gonna get into the whole nitty gritty as to why I really made this video. Time to drop the act and get real for a minute. Now, see, I'm not gonna lie, this last movie, it confused the fuck out of me. The fourth one, that is. Now, I know what you're saying, Dom. What's different about the fourth one compared to the other three movies? Well, let me fucking tell you. It's weird. So it starts off like any other Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know what I mean? You got, well, like this group of fucking random kids. And these kids, they're like your average prom fucking goers, you know what I mean? This unlikable girl who's just a preppy valley girl. Then you got this Danny McBride-like character. Like, I actually kind of like him. He's an arrogant, cocky prick. You know, you love to hate him. That kind of guy. Then there's also this guy named Sean who's completely irrelevant. He's in the movie for all of 2 minutes. And Renee Zellweger's character. You think she's a background character because at the beginning of the movie it focuses on the preppy girl and the Danny McBride guy. So you're like, okay, so I guess, you know, preppy girl is going to be the final girl in this movie. She's going to be the one that the movie focuses on. But holy fuck, you're in for a surprise with this movie. Because again, like I said, like the third one, it felt like a more formatted Hollywood regular film. The first one felt like an indie cult classic. The second one felt like a dark comedy sort of thing. This one, what the fuck happened? I don't know what it is with fucking horror movies, but once they hit that fourth one, it's like, you know it's gonna be shit. You know it's gonna be dog shit. Not that sequels are ever any better. Personally, the only fucking reason I watch horror movie sequels are just to make YouTube videos. I personally think you should make a horror movie, and if it does really fucking good, leave it there. Fucking don't touch it. You know, just leave it there. For the love of God, do not franchise. Horror is the one fucking thing you don't want to franchise on. Hell, you want to make a connected universe? I don't give a shit. But just don't make fucking sequels. They suck dick. And don't do reboots. God damn it, they're awful. But the fourth one, holy shit, the fourth one. Like, where the fuck did we go wrong? Like, the movie kills off the entire cast in the first 30 minutes. That's not a fucking joke. I actually kept, like, I kept track of the time. I was watching the movie on Peacock. Literally 32 fucking minutes in, the entire cast, but Renee Zellweger is fucking dead. So you ask yourself, what the fuck are they gonna do with the rest of the movie? This makes no fucking sense. Because it really doesn't. Like, in the first one, it wasn't just insta-kill. That shit was drawn out. You know what I mean? That shit was drawn out. Like, they took their time with it. And when they did the kills, it wasn't like the fucking characters were hard to kill and invincible. It's like, it was sudden. That's why the build-up is important. Because death in real life is really fucking quick unless you're torturing somebody. You know what? It's so visceral and raw in the first one. And then the second one just felt like a fucking episode of Stranger Things or Supernatural. You know what I mean? Like, if you literally put the fucking second movie into those universes, they would fit right at fucking home. And the third one, again, the third one is just Hollywood garbage. Like, I can't even remember the plot of the third one, and I just fucking watched it. Like, that's how shit the third one is. But I kind of liked it because my favorite character survived. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The black dude is the only fucking reason I like the third movie. Like, he's the only fucking likable character there, bro. Like, I don't remember anything else. I don't even remember the family in the third fucking movie. I just know it's Leatherface. Grandpa somehow is fucking back. Oh, yeah. And there's a guy who inspired Johnny from the game. At least I think he inspired Johnny, because they're both sexy, sadistic types. You know, him and, I think his name's, like, Eddie Sawyer. So, yeah. Fucking, I guess he's the only really notable character there. Eddie. But then the fourth one, it just takes a dip after the 30-minute mark. Like, the 30-minute mark, everyone dies, and all of a sudden, it just becomes, like, the complete tonal shift goes fucking absurd. Like, after the 30-minute mark, Renee Zellweger's just get the fucking Deus Ex Machina treatment. And there's nothing I hate more in fucking movies than the Deus Ex Machina. Like, that shit pisses me the fuck off. I hate that shit so much. Like, fucking, it's lazy ass writing. 1/3 into the movie completely drops the act of being a horror movie, and then it turns into some weird anti-horror movie / dark comedy, because it's like every single fucking attack that the family does on Renee Zellweger just ends up with them looking goofy or fighting each other. Like, they're always fucking at each other's throats instead of trying to kill Renee Zellweger. And she literally just walks away from every situation that she's trapped in. And I swear to you, that's not even a fucking joke. Half the movie is fucking her just walking away from the family casually. Like, okay, fuck you guys, I'm leaving. Like, she literally says that throughout the whole movie. The movie is so fucking annoying with the plot. Lack of plot, let's be honest with you. It's just them pointing around, making meta jokes the entire time. Like, oh boy, it'd be really weird if we were killed here, because, you know, we're in the middle of the woods, and there's nobody who would be able to hear us. We're not fucking completely defenseless out here. Somebody kill us. Oh wait, that's not gonna happen. We're not in a horror movie. Wink, wink. Like, you know what I mean? The movie is just really fucking lazily written. That's literally a conversation Renee Zellweger and fucking Matthew McConaughey have in the fucking movie. She literally fucking goes to his face and she says, "You're not gonna kill me. You're not gonna kill me because you want me alive. So I'm just gonna walk out." And she does. And Matthew McConaughey literally just stands there like, oh! He's huffing and puffing and fucking punching the air, but he does nothing to stop her. And in the third act of the movie, like, just out of fucking nowhere, Matthew McConaughey's, like, mistress or wife or girlfriend or whatever the fuck they are, she completely drops this bomb on fucking Renee Zellweger. She's like, oh, you know, the government, they really don't run things. They're not the ones running things. Yeah, my husband, he's hired by people who are, like, higher than the government. You know, those secret families that nobody knows about. The Rothschilds. Yeah, my husband, he works for the Rothschilds, bitch. And he murders people like the Kennedys. It's like, hold the fucking Alex Jones phone up. What the fuck? And, you know, it was bugging me throughout the movie that fucking Matthew McConaughey's truck blatantly has Illuminati just fucking written on it. But, like, you know what I mean? I thought it was just, like, a funny, like, Easter egg. But no, the movie literally just goes into full conspiracy. And look, I have nothing against conspiracy theories, because this is literally all just... This isn't even theory. This is them just telling you the fucking truth. And this was back fucking... Who the fuck knows when? This was back before I was goddamn born. That's for fucking sure. This movie's older than I am. And these motherfuckers were blatantly telling you, oh, hey, you know, like, there's secret fucking families that run the world, not the government. and the Illuminati is. I don't even want to say the Illuminati are involved, because I think the Illuminati are just the frontmen. I think they're the ones fucking sent to distract the people from, like, you know, the Rothschilds and the people who actually run shit and kill fucking political leaders who aren't fucking acting in line with all their fucking, you know, the New World Order. The New World Order, the people who have been running shit since the fucking 1700 and orchestrating everything. You know, that's kind of why, like, fucking The Simpsons can predict everything. They're not really predicting everything. Everything's just fucking preset. You know what I mean? Everything's been thought of before. Like, we're all just kind of living in their world. But anyways, yeah, I don't know why the fuck they decide to fucking tell us this in a Texas Chainsaw fucking Massacre movie, of all things, because apparently, yeah, the Illuminati comes and they pay a visit to Matthew McConaughey, and they're like, hey, you remember why we sent you here with Leatherface, right? And he's like, yeah, to spread terror and horror. He's like, you're being a silly boy. And that's literally what he fucking says. That's not me being like, that's not me trying to fucking like be like moist critical and use that like ironic fucking clean humor. No. That's literally what this motherfucker tells Matthew McConaughey. He looks him dead in the eyes and he's like, you're being a really silly boy right now. And the Rothschilds, they don't like silly boys. Like, what the fuck? Like, how did we go from a fucking gang of cannibalistic murderers set from a real life situation to this sci-fi fantasy bullshit? Like, again, I don't knock the theories, because this is all truth. You know what I mean? This is all just them telling you what the fuck is going on. Like, if you choose to fucking see it as fantasy, then I can't fucking tell you how to live your goddamn life. If you want to live in fucking fantasy land and take the blue pill, by all means, ignorance is bliss. But again, even if you're one of the people who like believes in this shit and knows that the Rothschilds are really the ones orchestrating everything, and not even just them, like, you know what I mean? The fact that we know who the Rothschilds are fucking proves that they're not the ones running shit, because really, it's the fucking families we don't know. The movie itself says it's not fucking people you know the name of. You know, it's just a meme. You know what I mean? The Rothschilds are a fucking meme at this goddamn point, like the Illuminati. It's just frontmen, like the Freemasons and all this fucking bullshit that'll probably get me killed for talking about. But again, probably not, because this is all just orchestrated bullshit. So what the fuck place does it have in a Texas Chainsaw movie? And let me tell you, it doesn't. It's just fucking weird and out of place. And I am so goddamn confused about what the fuck the franchise was telling me about this entire time. I feel lied to. I feel confused. Like, what is going on? Why is the game fucking famous? Is this all part of some fucking plot? What was that noise? Who the fuck is there? Who the fuck do you think you... Or, you know, maybe maybe I'm just overthinking things. Yeah, that's it. I'm overthinking everything, guys. I was gonna look at the rest of the movies, but I don't think they're worth looking at anymore. Yeah, no, I think this franchise is really goofy, and we should all just forget about it. Hey, I heard that Chucky's getting a new season. Let's go watch that. Why don't we, huh? Help me. No, I didn't say anything. Please, no!